Up on the roof.
Hello and welcome to Up on the Roof with me, Ben and Will. I know I fucked that order up.
Yeah, I know you did. It kind of hurts my feelings.
Hi there. I'm playing Prison Architect.
Oh, the time when we do a podcast where Ben plays games.
Ben plays games that take minimal effort to concentrate on.
Pretty much how it goes.
So I'm convinced that my house is haunted.
It's not, but carry on.
Yeah,
because I was in the shower today, and no one else is in the house at all. And the next thing I know, Alexa is there shouting about the BBC News, and the next thing you know, BBC News comes on, and it just tells me the entire news of the day. But I was on the other side of the house, so I couldn't really hear her, and it just fucked me up.
So what you're telling me is a ghost, has to be someone who's died recently.
Yeah.
Because they have to know what an Alexa is.
Yeah.
And then this ghost also then has to be able to speak.
Yeah.
Other than that, then also this ghost has to know what the BBC is. So it has to be someone and know what modern technology is.
Yeah. Ghosts can probably learn from humans. Like, that guy talks to that piece of like fucking black shit next to his desk. So maybe if I just say Alexa, it will say something to me. But that also brings us onto another thing.
No, I think we should investigate the ghosts more.
No, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Go down this avenue.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Ben said that he doesn't believe in ghosts.
No.
So you're telling me, Ben, you don't believe in like something out there?
Oh look, ghost! I'm telling you, that is a ghost. You got a ghost at the door. Don't answer it. Do not answer it.
Don't fucking answer it, Ben.
Yeah,
Even though they're ghosts, they can probably walk through walls.
Yeah, I don't. This is a polite ghost, so maybe answer it.
Yeah,
they're knocking.
You may be getting to their good books. No, but do you think they're real, Will? Or do you believe there's something like it?
No. My honest answer is no.
No.
I don't really believe in ghosts.
I believe that humans have minds that like to fuck with you.
Yep. I just don't see how ghosts could exist, really. I feel like there'd be better documentation of it, and not the shit TV programs where like, oh, ghosts. These little orbs. Look at these light orbs.
For there to be ghosts, it'll be how you look at humanity. Like, so if you think humanity is more important than it actually is, if you just think it's not just another life form, which it is, it's nothing special, then you think, it's like, apparently we're powerful enough to leave an imprint on the world.
Yeah.
Like, we're not, are we? So.
Like, and that ghost has got a really shit deal, because if they come back to like complete a job or whatever.
Yeah.
And on its way, it thought, you know what, fuck it, I'll just fuck this guy's Alexa for a bit. I'm just passing. I'm in the neighbourhood. Guy's in the shower. Let's not go and take the mick out of his tiny penis. Let's
just fuck him up.
Let's just
psychologically.
Let's just get the Alexa going. It could also be possible that like someone from like work could have done it, like. Your mum or dad just in the office thinking, Adam's
you
probably
get
at home.
On your app, don't you?
Adam's probably at home right now. Let's just fuck with him.
I don't think you can do it from that distance, though.
I'm pretty sure you can just do it whenever you connect to internet.
Because I can connect to my Alexa from anywhere, pretty much.
Well, I don't know, but I
think.
But going back onto the topic of ghosts and if they're real, like, it would be very weird for them to actually be real. Like, why? I understand that the belief behind ghosts is that some ghosts are around because they've had a traumatic experience as a human or unfinished business. But I don't really see when people say they've seen something, it may just be like what Ben said, the human mind likes to fuck with us. And like just a trick of the eye or a trick of the light. Not full on blown ghosts.
I mean, it's like there's just no way ghosts could be. Well, I don't want to say like no way because
there's no proof. We can't prove it and we can't disprove it.
It's one of them. It's really annoying.
Well, we can't prove a negative, but you can say that about things. I can't disprove like that you're gay, but
you can't. I mean,
I hate it's like, oh, you can't prove it's not right. It's like
as it stands now, there's no scientific evidence backing up ghosts.
But then the other thing is, like, you know, Auschwitz.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
Yeah, like, apparently from people that have been there, who I've not when it was in use, like when they've gone to go visit it, like they were saying, like, no, like, birds fly over that vicinity because of all the bad stuff that happened there.
They do.
I imagine birds do fly over there.
The person I worked with went there, and he said the woodlands around it are really nice because they're not used much, but there is animals there. A lot of people say there's an eerie quiet to it, but I feel like that might just be because people don't make noise there, do they? Because it's quite a
quiet, respectful place.
Like a graveyard. It's like when graveyards are eerily quiet.
You have like kids running around there going, "Let's play on the swings."
Yeah,
but like
it's like why graveyards are eerily quiet because people like don't make noise in graveyards.
Yeah. So like, I think.
What, do you reckon there's a guy there with just a fucking shotgun ready to shoot down any bird that flies over there? Like,
it's just a good thing to say. It's like one person's gone there and gone,
like a wife tale sort of thing.
There's like no birds flying over today, and then like he's gone home and told his mates, and they've gone when they've gone there. They've been like, "Oh yeah, he said there's no birds flying over." But only looked at once and didn't really like have his eyes on the sky a lot. So there's probably like 10 birds flew past him.
People never look up.
So, because like I could say today I probably haven't seen a bird in the sky.
Mainly because you haven't been looking, probably.
Yeah. So like, it's
And like,
what time of birds most active is dusk and dawn.
And why wouldn't they?
Who's hanging at Auschwitz at dusk and dawn?
Yeah, like I was gonna say, like how
really
like,
weird people.
There must be like if that was true. And they're not gonna
report it because people are then gonna ask, "What were you doing there?" And they can't be like, "Well,
just chilling."
Yeah.
Bird watching.
The favourite get pissed spot.
It'd be a pretty good place though, wouldn't it? Actually, I feel like it's actually quite busy there.
Yeah, it would be like, I imagine there's like security and stuff, so it wouldn't be.
Offer them some beers.
I mean, I don't think they'll take it. It's Polish, isn't it?
Yes.
It's in Poland, yeah.
Yeah, so like, I feel like they might have a sense of humour.
Sense of humour?
Sense of humour.
I hope they're fucking human.
It's in a really nice part of Poland as well.
I know. Location. That's what it's all about, the 3 L's.
But, it's got to be a fucked up place for somewhere to be.
Visit it, don't they? They make all students visit Auschwitz.
Doesn't really make sense, but yeah.
It's not like nothing's going to happen. It's like nothing's going to happen because we've all learned from the mistake.
It's like taking everyone to see the Titanic. It's like everyone's seen to say, like taking everyone to see the Titanic. To that fucking
extreme we have.
No, there will be another one another point in time. Quite easily. Might not be Jewish, but yeah, quite easily.
It's like taking everyone to see the Titanic because they're like, you know, don't go on boats. It sank. You know, or learn how to build boats. I mean.
So Titanic, its sister ship, had like a career of like 50 years afterwards. A ship that was designed in the exact same way.
Like all boat engineers have to go and see the wreckage of the Titanic to know how fucked up it can go.
Why would you ever call a boat unsinkable? Because
you really want to test fate.
Yeah, because it's like when you have a battle, like the Bismarck was supposed to be an unsinkable ship. You're basically telling the entire world, come fucking sink it.
Yeah, that's sort of the whole idea. Like you're trying to like scare everyone like off from it because if you know it's an unsinkable ship, you're more likely to buy a ticket to go on it because you're like, well, this ship isn't going to sink. Or if your navy's got the unsinkable ship and it doesn't sink, then like all your little men on it and like the men of boats around it, like we got morale because we're with the unsinkable ship. And when it sinks, that morale soon gets burst. But up until that point,
but why would you want to tempt fate?
No, but it's like Napoleon had that elite group of troops, like his guard troops, that never lost a battle. And then the reason they never lost a battle because he never put them into battles, but it was just there to stand in the as reserves for the like morale purposes.
Yeah. So it just makes sense at that point of it. But no, like, you know, I don't like sending the kids to go there to have a look at Auschwitz. I mean, yeah, it's good for history, like, but I mean, you know. Just a general human thing that you know that sort of thing's
I honestly think
not
it's the way
acceptable.
That German people used to look at things. They're very like, especially about dead things. They're not as like sentimental as we are about dead people. You ever been to like First World War German graves? You know, ours are all separate graves.
Yeah.
That's just a mass grave.
Fuck.
It's very straight people. Like they just
because I don't care about what happened in my body. I don't want to fucking sing. I don't give a shit. Like I'm not using it anymore. You can throw it in a bloody tip for all I like.
Like they just make. They're like, well, it makes for better efficiency. We can all just have one big party or ceremony.
They are efficient, though, aren't they?
Just get it out of the way.
How much do you reckon graves cost to maintain and get all those gravestones and do it all?
And like they probably think, well, if we all chip in a $5 a year, like there's like 100 people in there, so we've got it covered. We can hire a guy to come and like cut the grass
every so often.
Yeah, put some fresh flowers down.
Have you ever been to like Belgium and northern France? There's like loads of little graveyards for the Allies.
Yeah.
And then like you'd get every now and again a German one. Like they gave up, but like France, they gave up. So like there must be quite a bit of land just used as war graveyards.
I mean, they got to give it something.
They did. So yeah. So we've gone off the topic is that we don't believe that ghosts are real.
Well, I mean,
we're all gonna go to sleep tonight and we're gonna get fucked.
The weirdest experience I've ever had is I woke up and I was dreaming that I was being strangled. Then I woke up. It turns out just having an asthma attack. So yeah.
And kinky ghosts are in Ben's house.
Yeah,
the only weird experience that I've seen is just the trick of my eye looking in the mirror, thinking that someone was there, turned around and no one was there.
But I've never had that.
No, I wouldn't think like looking in the mirror and seeing someone there. Like I just don't.
No, like literally just glancing, like walking past the mirror, glancing, and then just seeing someone at the corner of your eye, look behind you and no one's there. That's the only weird experience. But everyone has.
But then I've always got other living beings in my house, so I just accuse
was
them.
Mummy and Daddy then? I mean, yeah, like, you know, when we used to live in our old house, it was like a farmhouse. That used to creak the whole time. That used to shit. No, it's the floorboards, I think, and stuff. It just used to creak.
Shit expanding as temperatures change.
Yeah, it just everything creaked and stuff, and that used to scare the shit out of me as a kid. That used to really shit me up. It was like sleeping there, you'd wake up like middle of the night, and then suddenly you hear it's like, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna die. This is me out. There's something coming for me now.
It's your dad stepping on a cat.
Yeah, the cat just my dad's standing on it. Oh, you fucker. But no.
Have you ever owned a cat, Will?
Yeah, we have.
Fuck.
He was called Sammy, and he got hit by a car.
Sorry, what pet do you own that wasn't hit by a car, Will? Everything you've ever got off your arm was hit by a car.
Yeah, pretty much. But Sammy got hit by a car.
She's hit quite a few, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's made a few dogs.
What was the three-legged dog called?
Jess. Yeah, that got hit. But you know, not great news. But no, that house used to scare me a lot because of the creaky floorboards.
Like my nan said to me when she was alive that.
Why did you have to say that, Adam?
Because I know
you're being mean to yourself now.
Saves you fucking doing it, doesn't it, you prick? That she saw.
What, is your nan dead?
No, next door, really.
Yeah.
Like my dad played a joke on her when he was younger, and he got hit with an iron because of it. He came downstairs in a white sheet, and she threw an iron at him because she thought that he was a ghost.
She was just yelling, "No son of mine's a racist."
She loved an iron at him. I mean, I just don't. Yeah. I just don't see how it could be ghosts. I mean, you know, some people believe in it. That's cool. I know people that.
If people want to prove me wrong,
like deeply believe in like ghosts and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I people that deeply believe in God and they're both bad. It's just ridiculous as each other.
Oh, Ben, shots fired.
They're one and the same, Ben, aren't they?
They're all. But no, like I know people that believe deeply and they like argue to like the cats come home or whatever, or the cows come home, whatever. But like.
Got cats on the mind, haven't you, Will?
I have now. Sammy.
Reminiscent of her.
R.I.P. It's actually a boy.
Reminiscent of him.
Yeah, Sammy's a boy's name. That's what my mum's dog was called.
It was a rescue as well. Like we did good for it. And
how long did you have it for?
You know,
a couple of years, mate. We had a few feral ones outside, but they didn't really like me.
The farm that I used to work at had about 30, and it was a real issue.
Oh no, yeah, like we didn't have 30 because like we had we got them off a woman that just basically captured feral cats, and then they spayed them so they couldn't reproduce.
That's what they were trying to get rid of them when I was leaving.
Because we were smart, so we had about 4 of these feral things. One was quite tame, and it used to come to the back door, but it still didn't let anyone touch it. The other 3 were we used to put food out for them in one of the sheds, but the other 3 were just vicious. They're just AWOL, they didn't care.
You want them feral to catch those rats and shit, don't you?
Yeah, to be fair, they did a good job of that. You don't really need we had 4 cats and Sammy. Sammy didn't really get on with them. Sammy was part of the cool kids in the house.
Oh, I stopped myself from saying something there. I was gonna say Sammy was a house N-word.
Oh,
compared to the outside.
that's getting bleeped. But no, so
why do I find that so funny?
You shouldn't.
Fuck me.
But no, yeah, so we had some feral cats. We used to have to feed them in when we had them, because you have to keep them penned in, obviously. We had to feed them in welding gauntlets and stuff like that, because they'd attack you.
They had feral cats, but they weren't that feral. They wouldn't attack you for the sake of attacking you.
These things were when we got them home, we put them in the cage. They were climbing round the cage.
Fuck.
Just going absolutely ape. And then they calmed down, and then they became sort of all right. And they sort of lived quite long and well.
No cars hit them?
No, well, the little one that everyone liked, no cars hit him. And they learnt not to eat the chickens, or try and kill chickens. That was good, I guess. And they're just alright. Then we lost one, and then Sammy went, and then, who cares after Sammy died?
I rode past a dead cat on the way to work.
Yep.
Sorry, no, I was riding into Solihull because Zoe wanted me to drop something off for her, and I thought, fuck wasting petrol, so I came back. Turns out she didn't need it, so I rode back home. When I was riding there, no dead cat in the grass yet.
Yep.
I rode back, and the council does when the people do come around doing all the grass.
Yep.
There was mysteriously a dead cat there now. After the people have gone past it, so I was just thinking.
Are you trying to tell us that the council have ran over a cat
with a lawnmower?
I feel like you're trying to. I feel like you're trying to tell us that they've been lawn mowed a cat.
Do you guys have your council elections soon? Or is that just me?
That's just you, mate.
I'm pretty sure. I'm not. Think maybe. Parish councils are coming up soon.
I don't have. I don't have a letter.
Obviously.
I don't have a letter saying yet.
I think parish and that's all the same.
Yeah, of course I am.
I don't know.
I vote for one party and one party only.
Why are you?
And that's UKIP.
Why are you so stuck? If parties were, if I'm not it's more. I agree with more policies of one than the other. And if policies change, I would
Labour
quite
had some
easily...
good points, which
I'm
they don't.
Literally next time voting on whoever is less strict on internet. Which everyone's yeah, we don't really care. Let's let the internet be the internet. I'm you get my vote.
Yeah, but is that a really good thing with some of the stuff that's been happening recently?
Yes, it is.
The rest of the wankers that are
it will not affect my porn.
The rest of the wankers that are yeah, we need legislation on the internet. We need to do this. Get rid of the freedom of it. We can monetize everything. Them wankers can go to hell. But
you'd enjoy that movie about fucking the VR video game thing.
Probably would.
That's the whole plot.
Ready Player One.
Yeah, that's the whole plot.
Joe fucking loves that film.
Yeah,
is he?
Yeah. And I know Conservatives are probably the worst for that.
They're too old.
Yeah, because there's supposed to be a fucking thing to restrict not how many people, but age restrictions on porn and stuff like that, isn't there?
There are anyway. Content. What's wrong with the whole "Are you 18?" Yes or no? I mean, I do not see any loopholes in that.
Because they were planning, there was talks of planning them to put in your driving license or something that will prove your age, and I'm I don't want people to know that what I watch.
Yeah, but I'd say I watch it with VPNs to make sure they don't see the shit that I watch. Fuck me.
I'm just saying.
We know the shit you watch, and it's fucked up.
Not even that fucked up, though.
I'm just saying. I think there's better
quantity,
ways.
The quantity, not the quality of
That's
it. The quantity.
Browsing. Very little of it is actually used.
But no, so that's
I can see the time states, Ben.
That's why I'm voting this election.
Well, she's not supposed to be. There's a lot of shit happening to
in a private meeting with someone. She spoke about resignating, didn't she?
Like, resigning.
It wasn't very private then, was it?
Well, it was with like the 1922, is it? That group of conservative people.
Yeah.
She said she was going to resign.
But like, no. What's that going to leave us in? Because at the moment we are fucked.
She said she would resign
if a deal goes through. So if a deal doesn't go through, she won't resign. But if a deal goes through, she'll resign. So it depends whether they like a deal, or if they don't. If they like a deal more than they like.
And that got Boris on her side.
And a couple of other. And a couple of other big people.
But not as much as she was expecting to get.
No, I don't think she'll get it through though. Still. But then again, Parliament couldn't agree on like what they wanted to do with Brexit anyway. I think. If I was Theresa May right now, I'd probably do an ultimate baller move. Because they keep on saying like, because we're meant to leave tomorrow.
Yeah.
Technically, but we're not. We're gonna have an extension. Like, I would say, you cunts haven't decided or haven't got behind one thing, so we're leaving with no deal. Technically, you guys voted for no deal.
You didn't have that power.
I gave you the option to have a deal.
Oh, what the fuck were we talking about, Will? We were talking about it.
We can now leave without a deal. And great news.
We were talking about it when when one of the couple of votes were happening about her first ever pitch to Parliament about the deal of what we're going to get in Brexit.
Yeah.
And you were like, because if it's a no deal, if like you said, if I was like the Prime Minister, I'd have a brass band come in.
Yeah, like as soon as they shot my idea down, because it was like she pitched it as in like it's either my deal or no deal. So if they would have voted against my deal, I'd have like a brass band come in, like cheerleaders, and like people with like them sticks dancing, and like a big banner saying no deal, and like party poppers being fired, and being like, we're having a no deal, and like celebrating it.
It's what we wanted all along.
Yeah, because like,
No, but she doesn't have that power.
She does?
No, she doesn't. Everything has to be decided by Parliament legislation-wise. So you can only do like...
No, but she can change her deal to no deal. Like, you know what? Scrap my entire thing. I want a no deal.
Well, no, because she just doesn't have an extension, does she? If she didn't accept the extension,
the EU
we would leave on the 29th.
No deal could massively affect everything.
Yeah, I get that, but if we didn't have a deal or anything by the 29th, and they didn't give us an extension, or we don't accept the extension, we leave on the 29th without a deal. Parliament don't get a say in that, whether or not. Parliament wouldn't be happy about it, and then they'd probably have
They could just have a vote not to leave.
They'd have a no confidence vote, and probably could put someone like Corbyn in charge that would then rectify it quite quickly. But
what a shit job he would do.
But
I think like prime ministers, I think they don't actually make that, like they don't get that much done really.
I just don't think, I'd just say if I was her, I'd just like really go like all explosive right now, been like, yeah, we're leaving with no deal tomorrow. Just suddenly come on in the morning tomorrow and say, today we're leaving with no deal. It's just like all a ball of move. Because everyone else would be like, well, okay.
But the thing is,
what's going on?
That was definitely out of left field.
There'll be some old law that makes it unconstitutional, won't there?
She's Prime Minister. She do what she wants.
She can't though, that's the thing. Like,
kinda can.
She's not she's not the president. She doesn't have as much power.
No, I know that. But like, she's technically the person negotiating for us. And she's technically. But I think the problem with this country is the problem with this country is the fact that like everyone all along, like Labour and people like that, have been like so against what we're doing. So the EU, we've never been able to get an upper hand in like negotiations.
Well, the other fact is that
you can't just say
the population didn't want to leave, so you've already lost half the people.
Well, yeah, I know, but like, if you go into the EU and your parliament's united behind you, with like you go there and you say we don't really care if we get a deal or not, but then, and if Parliament's behind you and then everyone from Parliament saying yeah we don't care whether we get a deal or not, the EU would probably be Brexit would have turned out a lot different. But because Parliament all along with like Labour and like the SNP and all them other people
different things,
have been saying, oh no, we don't want Brexit, we're going to try and stop it, we're going to try and do this. So we never really had a united Parliament to like actually have a good hand to bargain with with the EU.
And it's not Labour, it's Conservative people as well aren't agreeing with her.
At the beginning they were.
It's just the fact that every MP wants a different thing out of Brexit.
Up until this whole her deal thing, all Conservative MPs were still backing Theresa May to get the deal.
No, but it's the type of deal though. It's whether like some people want it to be like Norway, some people want nothing at all. It's different MPs want different things.
Now they do. Well, yeah, because clearly when they had 8 choices and they couldn't decide. But
none of them got the majority, but 6 of them got more votes than Theresa May's. So
makes sense. But like, yeah, if I was Theresa May, I'd be like, yeah, we're just gonna leave no deal now.
If I'd quit, fuck it.
I think she quits if even worse, because like
I'd be like, fuck it.
You
guys don't want my shit. I can't be asked anymore. I'm out.
Because because that's how I would have pitched it. Like, I just don't think we're tough enough as a country, or she hasn't been tough enough.
Yeah,
as a negotiator to try and like. I'm not saying I could do a better job or whatever, but I could do a better job. It's just.
I don't mean to have a big ego, but I could do it better.
Her having that general election really fucked her.
Yeah. Try to.
It was meant to get more control, and you got less.
But then you've got to think as well with the stuff that's been happening with her during the general election, like the bombing in Manchester and all the terror attacks.
No, I was thinking like I was watching this thing. It said in her general election that when she in a race to become prime minister, she never spoke once.
I know she didn't go to any of like the big debates. She like opted out of them for some reason.
No. This is a parliament thing. She didn't speak once when she ran for getting in the Conservative leadership race. She didn't speak once or do anything then, and she managed to get in fine. And then her parliament race, she goes on TV and speaks. And what's the worst he done? Run through a field of wheat. She speaks and she loses. So. She just best to just stay quiet.
I mean, it's not like it was the worst thing the Prime Minister's done.
It's better if they stay quiet.
Yeah, just stay quiet, Teresa. You've had your go. Just come on now. We'll let someone else have a go. But I just.
Well, the reason one of the big reasons she actually won is because the other main candidate, shat on her about not being able to have kids. And
yeah, pretty much. Well, I didn't think it was that bad though. I didn't really see that as an attack on Theresa May.
Well, she's like, she doesn't have a family, she doesn't actually know what it's like. It's like, whoa.
Yeah,
and then Theresa May came up, it's like, well, I can't have a family, I'm infertile. And everyone was like, oh, shit.
But then she can't understand what a family life's like, can she?
Yeah. No, not really. It's like he spoke the truth, but the truth may have been a little bit harsh.
That's like me running for like the French president.
It was a woman that said it to her.
If I ran to be like the French prime minister or whatever it is, and they said, well... and the candidate went, well, he has never lived in France. I won't then go, well, I find that deeply disrespectful.
Well, no, it's like,
I don't know how France works.
I've never got the chance to live in France, Will.
Yeah. I never had the money, I couldn't afford it. Just, you're taking the pick at me because I can't afford stuff now. And then I think we could, win other countries' elections. We could all run an individual country if we use that tactic.
What, in the EU?
Yeah. We'll go anywhere. Avenge on Russia? Take on Putin?
No, you can't run in the American one.
No, I mean...
You have to be an American citizen to run
That's going to be taxed.
And I feel like most countries also have that law.
Yeah, probably. But, you could probably become citizen and just, live there on weekends.
So where does your Prime Minister live?
No, once you've got it, they don't take it off. Once you're a citizen, they won't take it off you.
Yeah, so I'm just saying...
Unless you go to an ISIS or something.
Yeah. That's a
conversation.
Surefire way to lose the citizenship. That's all gone very quiet.
It has. I think she's just realised that she's not going to come back.
No, I just feel like the news has stopped reported on it.
Yeah,
it's just giving up with that one.
Sorry, that's how the news works, isn't it? The shit carries on.
It's just she just because she's still probably in that refugee camp. Her kid's still
there's still 6 or 7 wars going on in Africa that no one cares about.
Yeah. Ebola's probably still happening, but they're we're not all gonna die anymore.
Thing is, though, it's always an epidemic, not a pandemic. I always forget which one's which. I might be saying in the wrong way around.
Yeah,
Ebola's not strong enough to be a serious, massive back plague kind of issue.
Also, they got cures for it now, so I mean...
Yeah, there's cures, but they're really hard. But Ebola is too quick to spread.
But, haven't they also decided that they've, Like when they stockpiling a load of cures. So if it ever did spread, they'd just be like, "Yeah, no."
Cure. You have a cure. You have a cure.
But it's literally when the news just every now and just drums up stuff like that to take people's minds off stuff for a bit, and then they go, "Oh yeah, but then Brexit."
Speaking of the news, last week I saw a news article, about a woman that's 104 years old, she's in a nursing home. She got
arrested.
She got dementia.
Seen we still let her vote.
And she got arrested because it was the one thing that she hasn't done in her entire life.
Yeah, I reckon she was probably like a serial killer.
Secret, please take me. I've lived for 104 years. Here's the bodies.
Well, no, because she was like, I've never been caught, but
it was the one thing that it's the one thing that she never had done, like out of her entire 400 years of living on this earth.
400 years.
104 years.
She's like a tree.
I reckon she hasn't fucking fisted herself.
She's never been arrested.
Yeah, you don't know that, Ben.
So she wanted to.
Well, no, it was on her bucket list. So getting arrested. So I imagine she was a serial killer, and the whole thrill is not getting caught, but then part of the thrill is getting so close to being caught.
So was she fake arrested? Did they set it up before?
Yeah, we're arresting you on for being an upstanding citizen for the past 104 years.
Then she sued him for arrest. I got you. I got you.
So that
would be great. I would love if she did that.
What's the one thing that you would think that you would want to do? We've got the time to, possibly. Pardon, man?
Kill a guy. If I can do that legally, without any real applications, because I'm 104 and it's on my bucket list, that'd be great.
No, something that is achievable.
Who knows? Maybe in 104 years. Who knows, Will? 104 years, a lot of stuff can change.
We could disvalue human life by then.
I still feel like you're not going to be able to just walk into a shop and be like, "Yeah, I'll take that guy's life."
It's a shop full of humans to kill, right? I'm going to take that one. I'm going to take number 2, number 4, and number 5, please.
No, it'd be like adoption. There'd be like a booklet there.
I'm cool with slavery if it's not based on race, sex, or religion. If it's just slavery because everyone can be a slave, that's great. That's fair slavery.
What, you get a choice to opt in?
No, I don't think there should ever be a thing called fair slavery.
If you get caught or something, you get caught in a war and a prisoner.
I just think slavery in general is just bad.
Well,
America had a whole war about it.
Yeah, people should at least get something out of what they're doing.
That war was about states and federal rights, not about slavery. Okay, we all know that.
I just think, people should get paid for what they do.
Equal rights, sort of.
Yeah, but if you go to prison or something like that, I don't mind you having a workforce. If they're in prison, you could use them to fix up a train track.
What about debtors' prison?
Debtors' prison.
They're in debt.
What they used to do before slaves were a thing in America, they used to send British people that owed money over there to do jobs until they paid it back, and they did the same in Australia.
I wouldn't say debtors' prison is a good thing to do, but I mean, if you're just in prison, you could teach them how to fix a train track and then just let them loose someone.
They did that. That's what they did at Shrewsbury prison. Well, teach them how they did trains.
Basically, tried to give them a trade. No,
I don't care about the trade bit. I'm just saying, they could fix the train tracks.
Do some
they get a trade without doing it. That's benefits, isn't it? But
if
some people choose the army to get a trade. People are like, right, I'm going to go rob this shop. I'm going to get a trade after it.
A trade is fucking stupid. What trade are you going to get?
No, some people go into the army to become a mechanic, and you get a trade from doing that. Yeah.
You don't actually get any actual qualifications that leave you outside that will give you that mechanic qualification.
Well, you do.
You pretty much have to stay in the army to do it.
So you're telling me if you're an RAF
Jaguar
engineer,
Land Rover hire a lot of
military
mechanics. Yeah, but when you leave the army, they will then offer, if you've been there for I think it's 10 years, if you've done 10 years service or something, they'll then offer to put you through college in a trade or whatever course you want to do.
If you're an officer, they'll pay for uni for you.
So obviously then people, if they've done engineering, they can then go to college and do being a mechanic or whatever they want to do, or engineering, and they can just get it that way.
Yeah, just people go to prison just to get a trade.
Yeah, but you're not giving them. I'm not going to say they're going to go around fixing old Bess's boiler. Working for British Gas. I mean,
we all know that plumbers are bloody criminals anyway, aren't they?
They are.
Charging sky-high prices.
None of us own a house, so we don't really give a shit.
No, but like, no, just like they could fix the train tracks. They could probably like help build the motorways on the weekends.
Ben, is there a motorway being built near you, near Norwich? Because when me and Will drove back...
Not that I'm informed of.
Because it looked like there's going to be a motorway on the way to Norwich.
No, it looks like they're just doing a lot of work on a road.
That could be it.
I mean, a lot of work.
Yeah, like
on
a ridiculously
on the East
amount.
Coast, like, roads that are always getting... Like, I've been driving to Grimsby since I was fucking, like, born. And every time, there's always been roadworks on that road. And I'm like, finish already? Get it done.
Like I'm saying, if they had prison forces to work, like, give it a push, wouldn't it?
It's if they go for the cheapest person to pay for it, don't they?
Yeah.
I'm just free labour in the prisons.
So on Monday just gone, Firestorm got released.
They did.
It did. So Firestorm is Battlefield 5's version of Battle Royale.
It is.
We've been streaming it a little bit over the past 2 days.
We have.
So what's everyone's opinions on it?
I'm not sure if it's the servers or something, but it's clunky as hell for me.
It wasn't that bad last night, I can't remember.
It wasn't that bad last
even
night,
when you
but
watch
it
me,
was...
you see me fucking rubber banding on it, don't you?
Yeah,
like...
but I think that was like... I think the servers are not great. But because it's only 4-man squads, me and Adam playing it last night as a 2-man, and that's just a really stressful experience.
Do they not have 2-man version?
No, they don't have
No,
duos. So it's all squad-based, and then it takes you ages to find another 2 that are playing it for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how big the player base is on it.
When we were 3, it was pretty easy to find a
Yeah, that's why we were trying to find a third person last night, because
so
a
we ended up
fourth is a
watching
lot easier to
randomest
find.
streams and like thinking, oh, this guy would sound good in our little friends group.
So
we met
guy on Tinder asking if he's got it.
Yeah.
Saw someone called Dave.
Yeah, there's a guy called Dave that I wanted to ask, but I got shiny, went offline before I could ask him. But no, so yeah, it's quite a, like, for a game that's come out, we're all right at it.
But my problem is with it as well is just the XP aspect of it. You don't get a shit ton of XP for it.
You're XP hunting, it would not be the game to pick in Battlefield.
But then again, I'm not really asked about XP in Battlefield. Like, I'm not in there to level up a lot. I'm sort of in there just to have fun.
I do get a lot. I get a good KD ratio in the game, though.
We're quite good at it for a Battle Royale game.
For a first come out Battle Royale game, we actually get kills. What's surprising, because like
without spending 2 hours.
Okay at being in Apex as well, weren't we? We weren't okay.
It took
when not great, but like
when Black Ops came out, me and Will took 2 hours maybe.
Yeah,
to try to get a kill.
We're jammy as hell in Apex, so
like I just like in Battlefield, like got like me and Adam, like one of us would average like 3 kills, the other one would get like 1 or 2.
I do think it's a good pace to the game.
It's quite fast.
Quick or slow. No, it's not too fast and it's not too slow.
But it's fast when you get into a gunfight though. Like everything happens very
quickly. I find gunfights quite slow in it. Like people shooting at me never seem to actually hit me, and then when I shoot them, I seem to hit them.
Could that just because they're shit at aiming?
Yeah, clearly.
Probably. But like, no, I think it's a decent game. I think I'm enjoying it so far.
It'll be interesting to see where they take it, if they just bring out new maps or what they do to the actual game itself. Try to compete with other Battle Royale games out there.
I think if they don't release it as being free, they are having an issue.
If they release it as free, but give the people who have bought the game.
If they just release Firestorm, if they just release Firestorm as Firestorm, separate game.
And the people who have actually bought the Battlefield going base game would get a bonus or something like that.
Free-to-play games.
Well, why would we get a bonus for buying the base game?
Because then you'll be thinking, oh, what's the fucking point of me buying the base game when I could just get it for free?
Because you got multiplayer and stuff.
Yeah, you have the base game to play.
Yeah, even though there was no campaign. If there was a campaign, it'd make more sense. But if they don't release it for free, it'll just die out because all the other ones
Apex and
good
Fortnite.
Free. Yeah, because it's already where the hell is it? Battlefield on the ranks here.
Apex
Fortnite's
brought
number
out a
1
season.
still. Yeah, Apex has dropped as well. Like Apex. Yeah, Apex is like well down. Like Apex is dying. Well, not dying, but like Fortnite's back on top. 'Cause it was like Apex was like pretty big for quite a while there.
Yeah, they just need to bring.
Call of Duty's still doing quite well. Like for Call of Duty, that the whole franchise change of like Call of Duty bringing out their battle royales really revived that. But Battlefield 5 is down to like 12k views now.
It's because people have already invested so much money into Fortnite.
Just can't leave it.
It's like I've got £500 worth of skins.
Oh no, I tell a lie. I called Dr. Lupo has just gone live and he is on 6k views already.
On what, Battlefield or?
Yeah, Battlefield 5. So he's brought it up from 12k to 19k just as we speak.
Ridiculous how much one person can make a difference to this.
Yeah, it's now jumped within like the top 10 or top 20.
Was it that low down?
Yeah, like it's on like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It was literally 18. It's to 18, but it was like 20 odd.
And this is. We better start streaming because that one person may make all.
And it came out on Monday, so it's already died that quick.
But it's just a good game, and we just need to get a win in it.
I was helping my friend carry her boat down to the river because she dislocated her shoulder like shit of times. Carrying 2 boats really fucks my back up.
Stop being such a fucking gentleman.
I know, right? Like,
make her carry it herself.
Yeah, make her dislocate her shoulder again.
Yeah.
Building character, Ben.
She's a pre-med. She's become a doctor next year, so.
Unlike you.
Sorry, I was never going to be a doctor. Like, a medical doctor. That was never an option in my life. I can't do people.
Don't put yourself down like that.
I looked into working in a morgue or something. Turns out it's still pretty hard to get there.
Is it?
To be like the guy that does the, like...
autopsies.
Yeah, you're a doctor, then you have to do like another 3 years of morgue shit afterwards.
Bono's background is still quite big.
Yeah, I've not really been following them at all. Like there's pay aspects now. You've got to pay to buy maps, I think.
Yeah, Players Unknown Battlegrounds has gained a lot of popularity.
Literally, as soon as I just logged onto Steam, it says Player Unknown Battlegrounds.
It was already pretty expensive fucking before.
It was like 25 quid, wasn't it? Was it 25 quid? Or was it 15 quid?
Now it's £27, yeah?
Yeah.
And now to get the season pack, like the 3rd season, is like 30 quid.
Was H1Z1 15 quid?
Apex is going to be season, isn't it?
Because one game I described to someone as, it's just only 3 fivers.
Harry.
Was that H1 or Players?
That was H1.
Yes.
Harry bought Players all on the
Players Unknown was like £40.
Oh yeah, Players was... Oh no, I think Players only 25.
Yeah, it wasn't that much.
Because we were like, we're playing H1. Players Unknown Battlegrounds are going to be that big. And then like, a couple of days afterwards, we're like, looks pretty good game.
Oh...
Ended up buying that.
But we haven't played Players Unknown Battleground in donkeys.
Yeah, but we played a lot of it.
Yeah, when it was there, like Jesus, we've got that many videos on our channel of Players Unknown Battleground.
I've got 100 and something hours into it.
Yeah, we put a lot of time into that game. The game was
172 hours of PUBG.
That's pretty hellish.
It's all that me and you used to play, isn't it? We'd get in from work and we'd just do a couple of hours of that. We'd just record it, try to get some bit of video and then just log off.
Quite literally, mate. That's what happens.
It is.
I can't actually find her. Well, I was trying to find out. Yeah, I don't know how many Players Unknown videos.
Do not turn gangs on when playing Prison Architect. Fuck me, they're my biggest issue. They just kill people. And I'm like,
I don't care, just murder them all.
So that would do us for today.
Staff, I don't care, Will. Like,
get more money for you, isn't it?
I get new prisoners in, and I get a little bonus for every new prisoner I get. So, like...
Really, they're doing you a favour.
So that will do us for today. So thank you all very much for listening, and we will see you in 2 weeks' time.
See ya.
Goodbye.
Bye.